Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Steph and this is Ordinary Plant Girl. If you are new here, thank you for clicking on this video, and if you are returning, thank you so much for spending more of your time with me. Well, today we have part one of two videos. I only do two of these a year, one in the spring and one in the fall. So today we are doing a spring plant tour. So yeah, it was long. I don't actually know how many plants I have, but I do know that I did have to split it into two videos. As for how I'm going to edit it, I guess you'll see in the next frame. So enjoy. Okay guys, so we're gonna start over here. So this is part one of the video, so I'll probably cover my living room and my kitchen, possibly the bathroom. I don't know, but this is what we're gonna do. Okay, so this is my Syngonium white butterfly. A couple of months ago, maybe not even that long ago, I chopped everything off it and I have those pieces propagating. But this is what it looks like right now, and I'm going to fill it out using those other pieces. Over here is the green portions of my Syngonium elbow. So what I've been doing is I've just been cutting them off and planting them on their own, just as like an all green Syngonium. I don't even know if that's gonna have a name, but that's what I'm doing with that. Over here, don't mind the change in the lighting because we're near the window. This is my Ficus elastica. So I've had this one almost 2 years, I think, and I think I'm gonna propagate it. It's not currently doing anything right now, so I figure that now would be the time to do that, just because I would like to make a two-stalk, like fuller plant, and I would like to have it branch off. So I'm gonna see if I can accomplish that. This sorry little sad display is what's left of my Imperial Green. You can hear Jeffrey, one of my goats, screaming in the background. He likes to be heard. This is what's left of my Imperial Green. It is currently just growing back, so I can't wait for that to give me like some big lush leaves. And then you can see that there's just leaves everywhere on this little guy. So hopefully it gives me a nice, beautiful display. Over here is my Rojo Congo Larry. For those of you that know, this lighting is super awful. Let's see if I can get... So this is Larry, my Rojo Congo. Loves this east-facing window. He's doing really, really well. I thought I was gonna have to transplant him because he has been in this pot almost 2 years. But so far, I'm not seeing any roots come out the bottom. I don't know if I want to disturb it because this is the newest leaf and this is the biggest leaf so far that he's given me. So I kind of don't want to disrupt that yet. And he has a new one currently coming out right there too. So we are going to see what that one looks like. Let me turn you around. So over here is my Imperial Red. This is, of the 3 Imperial Reds that I had, this is the last one that has managed to survive, and it's looking really good. The leaves are actually starting to upsize really well. I have nothing bad to say about this one, and it's funny because this was the one that was struggling the most when I got them, when I got the 3, but it's the one that so far is doing really well. And since it's leaning near the window, I'm just gonna turn it now. Yeah, so that one's getting pretty big. This is my variegated Ficus benjamina. It looks terrible because I'm absolutely terrible with it. I had forgotten to water it for so long. I watered it last night and now it's perked up, so I just have to do some cleanup on this one. And we've got my Mandarin spider plant, which I have had continuous problems with, but I think we've figured each other out now. It's starting to grow. You can see where the leaves have been bleached a little bit, and that's even by the grow lights. And then I put it in a south-facing window, which was the wrong thing to do. Over here, excuse me, gentlemen. Excuse me. Can you guys please move? Move. Go on, out of here. Go on, smoke. Okay, so this is my green Ficus benjamina. So far, so good. I've had this one almost 2 years too, I think. I'm not exactly sure. I just kind of water it and forget it. And so far, we're doing really, really well. I would love to be able to see, I should look at pictures and see how much it's actually grown. But that's my Ficus benjamina. Over here, we have my Dracaena marginata. This plant literally does nothing. I don't know. I have no idea what to do with it at all. It just, at this point, it just exists. This one over here is a Dracaena Janet Craig. That actually doesn't belong to me. That belongs to one of my daughters. I'm just waiting for her to move and she'll be able to pick up her plants that she has here. So normally I wouldn't have even showed it to you, except that it's just in this corner. Over here, this is my peace lily. This is one of my peace lilies. I'm not exactly sure what variety it is. This pot had this peace lily and also had a peace lily sensation, which I took out of here. Like, I cut it off. It's currently living in water. I'll show it to you when we get into my bathroom. But it's starting to grow back now. Just that little piece right there is just starting to grow back. This one actually needs to be watered too. It's a little dramatic right now. We have another one that I just set and forget, and it is my, well, formerly Sansevieria cylindrica. This just keeps getting taller. It doesn't actually show me any babies. It just gets taller. This is my Sansevieria, whichever one. I don't remember which one this is called. I'll put it on the screen. I'll put all the names on the screen. I pretty much call it Cheech and Chong. Cheech and Chong. This over here. This is Chong. This is Cheech, because it's the shorter one of the two. But one of them had a baby. And I just don't know which one of them it was that had that baby. I'm thinking it was Cheech over here, because Cheech leaned over after that one came out. But that is new growth for Sansevieria for me, which is amazing. This is a Tradescantia of what variety, I can't remember either. We've had our ups and downs, but it still survives. And I've actually had this plant a really, really long time, like years and years and years. But it used to be more compact and the back sides used to be purple. But since I put it over here, it's kind of stretching towards the light and it's starting to trail. Okay, so here we have a tabletop palm. I don't know. This one too. I feel like this is, this area here, the mantle, is where plants that I just set and forget get forgotten. So this is my tabletop palm. It has grown a little bit, but it hasn't really done very much for me overall. So it was a gift though, so it just sits there. My ZZ plant, which I rescued from my daughter in November of 2019, and that's all we have. It just doesn't want to do anything. I don't see any new growth in the pot whatsoever. So it just sits there and exists. Same with this Sansevieria, aka Dracaena. It just literally just sits and exists. That's all it does. Here is just a sad, sad display of a black cardinal. It did get attacked by thrips, so I'm actually trying to rehab it. We're gonna see what happens. If it survives, it survives. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I do have another one. Over here, you're going to see, this is my Monstera deliciosa. I call her Diosa. She is becoming very large. She's got diatomaceous earth on her leaves, because in my last video, I was talking about how 3 of my plants consistently have thrips. Not anything too extensive, because as you can see, this is the newest leaf here. So far it has the most fenestrations, but it's actually doing really, really well, despite the fact that it continuously gets thrips, because I'm continuously checking this plant. I figured the diatomaceous earth was going to be the thing that helped me the most at this point, without having to spray and treat every few days. This is my gorgeous beauty. This is my green apple Congo. She is massive. Like, she is a big girl. I probably have to transplant her. I had to put this little glass thing down here just to keep her upright because she was leaning. This is, I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. It's not a Tradescantia, it's something else. You can see, I love it for the patterns on the leaves, and it's actually really, really soft. Like soft and almost like a velvet crossed with a suede type of texture. Okay, over here we have my variegated jade, which I recently repotted, and it's looking really, really good. Next to it is a standard green jade, which I also have to repot because I'm finding that it gets soft really, really quickly. It's drying out really quick. I'm not sure what kind of an echeveria that is. but it was also a gift, and I'm surprised I've kept it alive this long. And over here is a Haworthia, which I stole from my neighbor because he was going to kill it. And usually I kill things like this, but so far so good. It's even got a little baby growing in there since I got it. So that made me very happy. Over here is my, okay, we have to move you. You're trying to steal the show here. Here is my Florida Ghost. I recently, this leaf got stuck and ended up just snapping off. And I was really upset about it because it was going to be a really big leaf. But this one has now activated and started to grow. So I'm very excited about that. And here is my Thai constellation. Okay, so this plant. What can I say? This plant has never had more than 3 leaves. So as this leaf here started to come out, and I have no fenestrations yet either, and I don't think it's going to give me any fenestrations. But this leaf started to come out, and the oldest leaf then yellowed and dropped off. And I'm not sure if this yellowing here is from being in this southwest window. I know it's not thrips because I check it all the time. And that's not what it is. It might be an inconsistency with watering. But look at this root. Like, really, where are you going? It just, I don't even know what to do with that. I could cut it off, but it actually amuses me. Down here is my Philodendron Thai Sunrise. Sorry, you couldn't even see that. I was moving cords. My Philodendron Thai Sunrise, which hasn't given me a sunrise pattern in over a year. It does have these markings on it though, which I find interesting. This also has diatomaceous earth on it because this also had thrips. So I'm really surprised that nothing else around here gets them. My green apple Congo hasn't been touched by them, neither have these two up here. So I guess as long as I stay on it, we're okay. We have, oh, it's dark. My Hoya Vitellina, which, oh, peduncles look like they have been activated. Not that you can tell. Oh, crap. Not that you can tell because it's so dark over here. But there's that peduncle there. And there is, well, we can't even see it. Hang on. It's too dark. I don't know if I can get, there we go. And there's that peduncle there, which have now been activated. So far, she's doing very, very well. This is a Hawaiian Royal Purple that I have. It really doesn't do much. I have another one that does better, but I do think that it's bleaching being here because these leaves are really, really light. Okay, oh, my Hoya Bangpla 3 spotted leaves. You can see here that this peduncle has actually already bloomed once. And we're not focusing. Already bloomed once and is going to bloom again from there and from there. I love this, my Bangpla. It's like my favorite Hoya. We all know this. I love it so much. This is my Hoya Sweet Scent, which again, I think this one too is bleaching over here. I will probably have to move it, but I don't want to move it until after it blooms. Because usually it has dark green leaves and it's just a beautiful plant. Like, oh, these big paddle leaves here. But I think it's getting bleached out being here. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I'm gonna have to sort it out. Over here is my Pubicalyx Pink Splash. I don't actually know if that's a thing. It could just be a Hoya Pubicalyx, which is sun-stressed and gives me pink speckles. But this one as well, I think that the leaves have pretty much just lightened up because of this west-facing window. I don't know. But this one goes all the way up here. Okay, don't mind my disaster of a table. I got my spuds.ca order this morning and there's just like groceries everywhere. Everywhere. So this is my jasmine. I've had this almost 2 years. I'm gonna have to repot this one because it does have roots growing out of the bottom. It was a Mother's Day gift from my daughter, my youngest daughter. So it'll be 2 years next month that I've had this one. Over here is my Hoya carnosa. This one has just been so easy for me. It gives me a little bit of growth every year, but I'm okay with it. I know that a lot of Hoyas grow really slowly, and I'm okay with that because then they'll stay small where my philodendrons are going to get really, really big. My Dischidia ovata is starting to branch off now and give me new growth. So that is exciting because this one hasn't really done much either since I've had it. This one here is just a little tiny aloe and a little shoe, cashpo, a little Converse. It started to grow a little baby. I try not to touch this one because I've already killed one. Why does my goat look like his head is stuck? Hang on a second. I gotta show you guys this. Can you see Floyd right there? His head is actually behind some wire mesh. Floyd, are you okay? Oh, there we go. Okay. He wasn't screaming or anything, so I figured he was okay. And there's Jeff. Okay, that was seriously just a little goat break. Let's get back to the plants. Over here is my Hoya Shepherdii, which has done absolutely nothing for me for over a year. So I'm hoping that this one starts to grow this year too. I did recently over winter, I put it in this window, so I'm hoping. But my Hoya Pachaclata has started to give me new leaves, new growth. I'm so excited about it. I don't really want to touch them too much. I just kind of leave it. But yeah, it's got these leaves growing up it now. So I'm super happy about that. Amongst the mess is a Begonia Medora. It seems to have done, all of my begonias are now in here because they seem to do better in here. Over here we have my Begonia Maculata. I had two, one died. This one seems to really like it in here. I have no idea why. It's actually pretty dry. I should probably water it. Give it a nice deep drink. Over here is my Begonia Sophie Cecile, one of my favorites. Now, every time I move my begonias, they drop all their leaves and grow back. So that's why this one doesn't look like it has grown, because the last time I think I showed it, it had 2 or 3 leaves. And now we still have 3 leaves because I moved it in here, it dropped all the leaves and came back. See, little plant pots, some perlite going on. Yeah, it's just great. Over here we have, oh, I don't even remember what you are. Oh, it's my Begonia Fanny Moser. I think it's the Fanny Moser. Yeah, it is. This one definitely needs a drink, and I think needs a different pot because it's just drying out too quickly. It was in a plug, which is very disturbing because plugs never work well. Here is the Peace Lily Sensation that I was saying that I cut out of the other pot. It is currently just living in water. I am going to have to pot this up. I really have to go get dirt before I can do any repotting for my bigger plants. Up here, I think this is an asparagus fern. I rescued it. I have no luck really with ferns. I really just put this one in here. It needs to be watered. That's exactly what happens. Every time I come in here, it's super light and I have to water it. It is in a self-watering pot, but these ones are really crappy. So maybe I'll put it in a different one. I don't know. I've had it almost a year, I think. I'm not sure. But so far it's giving me new growth. So yay me for growing a fern. Here is my Hawaiian Royal Purple that is currently climbing my wall. I think I might cut this tendril off because all of the leaves fell off of it and the tip of it is dry. But yeah, maybe propagate those 2 leaves up there. But the one in the middle seems to be going strong, so I'll leave that one. My Crimson Princess, which is, ooh, a little close there, finally starting to grow for me. I've had this one over 2 years now, I think. Yeah, I think I got it in 2019. I'm not sure. But it's finally starting to grow for me. So I'm hoping that it gives me more growth. I would cut it, but since it just started growing, I don't want to touch it. This is my Crimson Queen. I love her so much. They love it in the bathroom, not even because of the humidity, but humidity. Not because of the humidity, I think, but more because of the warmth. But yeah, this cluster, they only get light from that window and these lights up here. And it's just, it loves it. I would like to put more plants in here on the wall. I think I will do that at some point. But so far, yeah, there she is. We are now in my bedroom, and this right here is my philodendron micans. This has been a work in progress. It was much bigger, and then I don't even remember what happened. It just dropped all of its leaves, and it's taken me a really long time to rehab it. Over here, we have my Monstera standaliana, which I have twisted around this moss pole. And it's dark. It's dark. Why are you so dark? I'm gonna see if I can lighten things up in editing if I can. But yeah, she's twisted around this pole, and she's doing very, very lovely things. Still, I've not gotten any runners off of her, so that's great. But I do have to say that propagating this plant, for the life of me, I can't propagate it. My Hoya curtisii, which used to be nice and full, and then over the winter, I realized it wasn't getting enough water. So a large portion of it actually died off, but this portion here is coming back and it is looking very, very good. This is my Peperomia scandens. It's doing very, very well. It loves this window. It sits in some cactus soil because that's the only thing I can get peperomias to live in. My Peperomia red stem, living large and in charge. She is loving her life over here. Here we have my Philodendron campii, or Philodendron Lynette. My dog actually attacked this one and chewed it, so we're currently growing her back. She does have these long paddle-like leaves, which are just amazing, and I love, it's really dusty, but I love how ribbed they are. It's actually a really easy plant, as long as your dog doesn't eat it. This is my Syngonium chiapense. I have to put this in a different medium because it is in Coco coir, and it's just not, it dries out really, really fast. It's been a while since it's been in here, so I'm not exactly sure if I mean, it might need to be repotted. That could be why. This leaf is yellowing off because I forgot to water it. I really did. I forgot to water it. And when I saw this leaf drooping all the way down yesterday, I gave it a nice deep thorough drink and it's perked up, but I'm gonna lose it. This here, which makes me laugh, is going to be a work in progress. We will be chopping this puppy up. This is my Syngonium albo. It has propagations down here in the bottom. And I mean, the top looks fabulous. I mean, it does. It looks beautiful up here, but there's just all this leg going on here. So as much as I'm gonna hate to do it, I'm gonna have to chop that one. But this is my variegated Maranta, also went dormant. And she is now waking up for spring. Look at her go. Over here is my Philodendron bipenifolium. I hacked this one to pieces, and I currently think that the propagation's died, but it did give me this new leaf, so I'm very happy about it. This is my Philodendron decorens red. It stays small. I don't know if it's supposed to be big. I should probably do more research on it, but at the moment, I couldn't really tell you. This was my pink Syngonium. We're just not even going to talk about it because, Okay, over here we have my Hoya subcalva, and this one wasn't doing very well in a west-facing window, and I guess it was kind of too hot over there, or maybe it was too cold. I can't remember, but I currently moved it into my bedroom, and it is doing much better. You can see here that the leaves were kind of bleached. And these leaves here were heading the same way. but they actually turned out to stay really green. So I'm very happy about that. Up here, my Hoya australis, which I actually had to, it was trailing up the wall, but I had to cut it. I think I need to take it out of the 4-inch pot that it's in because it grows quicker. So I think I'm gonna have to take it out of there and put it in something bigger. My mystery Scindapsus, which is no longer a mystery, so it looks like it is a Scindapsus exotica, which I'm very happy about. So I can't wait for that to grow. Again, it's very slow. The Scindapsus family in general, I believe, except for the Argyrius for me, are really slow growers. This is my, okay, so it used to be a pubicalix, but now it's a, oh no, not a pubicola, picola, I don't remember. I'll put it on the screen though. But this is the Black Dragon, I believe. So the flowers should be black when it finally flowers. Over here is my Scindapsus Silvery Ann. This one's done really well. Okay, along with the Argyrius, this one also grows quicker than the other ones, but it is also pulled far from the window. So that could also be why they're both going so slowly. This is my Hoya Carnosa Silver Speck. That's what it was sold to me as. And it trails up the wall, but I think that I am actually going to propagate it. Here is my my Hoya obovata. Oh, my variegated Hoya obovata. This one hasn't done anything either. This was the last leaf it gave me, and it's wonky. None of them are round. Like, none of them are round. It's so weird. I don't know if that's a water thing or a light thing, or... This is my Hoya australis rupicola. Yes. This one's actually pretty cool. Doesn't do much right now. It's a really thick, like, beefy leafed plant, and I love that for it. It's the evening now. It's about 8 o'clock at night now, so we should be able to see these better. So this, as I was saying, is my Monstera siltepecana. So it started off as just a little cutting. I have propagated it, let it grow, propagated, let it grow. This over here is my lemon lime philodendron, my trailing one. It's starting to grow really quick now that spring has come on, and it is doing really well there. And oh, these macrame hangers were made by Tammy with the Good Plants. You can see her little card right up here. They're so cute. I would like to order more. So this one was made by her, and same with that one. I believe they're both the same style, just different colors. Here's my Scindapsus argyrius, which I continue to just propagate and put in different areas of the house. I don't know why. I should be filling it. I do have some propagations going to fill it because the top here is a little bare. So I'll be doing that. This was just a pile of cuttings from, oh, okay, we'll try that again. This wandering dude was just a pile of cuttings. This Tradescantia came from a friend of mine. I went over and I trimmed her plant, and she made me take all of these home, and they have all started to grow. So I'm really happy about it. This plant has always been really fast growing, and I'm hoping that I can make it a really, really full plant. Shadows. Here's my Cebu Blue, my Epipremnum Cebu Blue. It's finally starting to grow. It started off with, I think, 3 leaves, and now spring is here, and it is just pumping out of its pot. Last but not least is my Rojo Congo number 2. It hasn't done much. I'm gonna have to go in there. It does need to be transplanted. There is a giant root coming out of the bottom of the pot, but that is it. It's had these 2 leaves. It did have 3, but one was super damaged, so I finally cut it off. But that is it for the plants in the bedroom. Okay guys, that is it for me. You will see part 2 next week, and part 2 will be my plant room. I did end up having to put the plant room alone on its own, just because that one took so long. Anyways, I hope you are all safe and well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.